U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan has said that President Joe Biden and his European counterparts will announce new sanctions against Russia and new measures to tighten existing sanctions during his trip to Brussels. Now, Biden will discuss longer-term adjustments to NATO force posture and contingencies in the case of nuclear weapons use. Biden will also announce joint action on enhancing energy security in Europe, which is highly reliant on Russian gas. Remember, Biden leaves for Brussels today, where NATO and the European Union are based, for meetings which are scheduled tomorrow. He will attend an emergency NATO summit, meeting with G7 leaders, and he's also going to address European Union leaders at a meeting of the European Council. Let me go across to Sanjoy Chaudhary for the latest on this. Sanjoy, good morning. Talking about Biden's Europe trip first, if you can elaborate what makes it one of the most crucial political visits in the recent times because of its timing and agenda.
Yes, the important thing is that the war in the Ukraine has gone on for nearly a month now. And while the Americans and the Western European countries and also Japan have imposed sanctions, the war continues. So clearly there is a requirement for fresh sanctions. Now it will be interesting to see what those sanctions are, how effective they will be. That's really the first point. There will also be a meeting of the NATO, a high-level NATO meeting, which again is also going to be very important, and additional security measures, particularly the states that are closer to Ukraine, whether it's Poland or Slovakia or Hungary or Romania, all of which are NATO countries, will be looked at very seriously. The same will probably apply to the three Baltic states, Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. So all these issues will probably come up. Whether this will involve new air defense systems or other weaponry or even the movement of troops, we don't know. We will have to wait and see what happens. So that is the important point. President Biden himself will be meeting all his counterparts, looking at new sanctions, and also a NATO meeting to look at additional security measures.
Also, Sanjoy, how to read Russia's latest nuclear blackmail? Is it something which should be taken seriously, or Putin is just trying to aggravate Western world's anxiety?
This is the traditional Russian position. What has really happened is Russia has said that we will use nuclear weapons when there is an existential threat, which basically means a threat to the Russian Federation, to Russia itself. Now, while the war has gone on for about a month, the Russians have sustained many casualties. There is no threat to Russia itself. So what he has done is explain Russia's position. Whatever you say, Russia has the largest number of nuclear weapons, but it has been a responsible nuclear power. So the issue of an existential threat doesn't actually arise as of now. No one wants to destroy Moscow. No one wants to destroy St. Petersburg or whatever. So the important point to note is it's an existential threat. And at this point, Russia does not face an existential threat.
That's right. Sanjoy, thank you so much for getting us all those details.